Alright guys, so I'm just going to be going through this magazine. I want to go through a couple of things. I read this from cover to cover and I want to share some of my ideas with you. So the book is broken up into sections, which is very interesting, which is what I like, and we're going to go through it. So obviously they talk about exercise and how it's the ultimate treatment for health. And one thing that I had highlighted I wanted you to see is that what they recommend. They recommend 150 minutes of moderate intensity cardio a week, 2 to 3 strength training a week, and 2 to 3 flexibility, which is great. It seems like a lot, but like I said, when you do cardio, you don't have to think about just doing 30 minutes straight. You could break it up. You can do 10 minutes, 10 minutes. But this is something that a lot of us don't do, and it should be part of our normal routine. But like I said, life comes into play, and it is very difficult. And I wanted to show you a couple of things. Like I said, the images in this showing strength, which is great. And I want to just point out one other thing too, is that there's a statement that I highlighted. It says calories out needs to exceed calories in. Hormone imbalances can affect this evaluation, but it's a good way to start. This is very simple, very straightforward, good to start with. But as future videos and I will show, is that sometimes the simple math is not as easy as it can be. Your body definitely adapts, and we're going to go through stuff like that. And this was interesting too, that they found that 8,000 steps have significantly reduced mortality rate, while a lot of us have thought of 10,000. I think the main message they're saying is that as long as you keep moving throughout the day and not just do one exercise and then sit on your butt all day, then it'll be very beneficial. And again, showing strong women is always a plus for me. So there's some myths that they went through, and I highlighted a couple of interesting. So one myth they talk about is you should exercise in the fat burning zone if you want to lose weight. They found in a 2009 study that there were too much variability among individuals to accurately calculate a fat burning zone. And a lot of machines have fat burning zones, that people just stick to it. And remember, if you want to burn fat, you got to increase your strength training as well as decrease your calories intake and do cardio and stretch. It's a whole other equation. Another myth that they talked about was it's better to exercise in the morning than at other times. And they said that there's not enough evidence saying that. So when you can work out is when you can work out. So if you can do it, definitely get it done. Doesn't matter if it's morning, evening, afternoon, whatever you can, you do it. The third myth was working out on an empty stomach burns more fat. The research found no difference in the number of calories burned during fasted versus non-fasted resistance training. This is really based on willpower and strength. If you can work out really hard when you're fasted, great. If you need to eat food like I do to get a good workout in and burn more calories, great. Your energy will get depleted. So again, this is a lot about mind power, and this is something that they can never really fully verify. The fourth myth that I thought was interesting was that you can't get strong doing high reps with low weight. And what they say is that lifting to failure is what you really want to do. Every set, keep doing reps until you truly cannot do one more with good form. You want to build up strength, you really got to start to push yourself, make yourself feel uncomfortable with higher weight. And this could be a mental challenge, but I think for me, I definitely learned that it is very beneficial to push myself a little bit harder than just do a lot of reps of a normal weight that feels comfortable. The fifth myth is you should work your abs every day. Abs are not developed just by working your abs. If your goal is muscle definition, that comes from fat loss, and fat loss comes from energy deficient, which means you got to decrease your calories and build up strength. And the last myth that they talk about is muscle confusion gives you a better workout. They say the biggest benefit of muscle confusion may be that novelty keeps you interested, so you stick with it. Not that you should be training different muscles all the time and doing different workouts and you'll get better results, but rather sometimes we get bored of just doing the cardio on the bike or just doing the same strength. Sometimes changing it up will definitely give us more of an outlet, and we can go for it. So this article, how much exercise do you really need, is really interesting because they talk about these myths that a lot of people think of. And one thing that they talk about, the first tip is that to maintain weight, you'll need more exercise as you age. And for maintaining weight, you want to change a little bit, but you want to also put in effort and exercise. I have a lot of older clients, and believe me, sometimes they can push harder than my younger clients. The second tip is to lose weight, mix up your workouts. Remember, if your diet's under control, the evidence suggests you should aim for at least 250 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise a week. Like I said, that can be a lot, but it's also because then you're burning extra calories and you could eat normally. Some people only lose weight by decreasing their calories, but they're not burning fat. You need to add strength training and exercise to get it. Tip number 3 was, if you want to live longer, aim for more activity. It says commitment to strength training is important because muscle shrinks with age. And believe me, as you get older, you want to keep as much muscle as you can so you can stay strong, reduce your risk of hurting yourself and any other injuries. Tip 4, sleep better. Get active every day. I definitely have to follow this, trying to learn how to sleep better, but it is a struggle for me at times. Tip number 5 is know when to rest, and this is really important. It says your resting heart rate will start to rise and you may have trouble sleeping and be more susceptible to colds or infections. Your performance might drop and you'll get really tired. I definitely feel this, that sometimes I'll overwork myself and I'll wonder why I'm not sleeping well. I use a heart rate monitor called the Whoop to track my sleep, and it is very interesting. I think that I got a hard workout in and I'm like, okay, I'll sleep like a baby, but my heart rate's high and I feel tired the next day. So I have to learn how to rest and take off at least one day off a week. And then another tip is for muscle tone, the intensity and add weights. You should be focusing on each major muscle group twice a week, and that's what we want to do. You can't just do legs every single time you work out. You can't just do upper body. You got to do everything. You're a whole body. You're just not arms or legs or glutes. Another tip was lose the all or nothing mentality. You can start with less. 150 minutes a week target was designed with heart disease and diabetes in mind, but anything is better than nothing. Start moving. If one week you're really busy with a project and you can't work out as much, that's what happens sometimes, but then definitely start to kick it up a notch and work out even more if you can. So this article pretty much talks about your favorite new workouts at home. Definitely during the pandemic, we're noticing a lot more at-home workouts, which is great. I read through it. I found some of them kind of interesting. Like I said, anything that makes you work out is going to be helpful. So I don't say don't try anything. Just see how you feel. Fueling up. A lot of people forget that food can be seen as energy. You want to give as much proper food, such as protein, fat, carbs, to really make sure that your body feels good between and after a workout. They talk a little bit about the keto diet and how sometimes it could be very hard for some people and it's not good for everybody. So just because a diet works for someone doesn't mean it works for you. I believe in moderation. And then the strength training section, which is great. This is when I started to really do the workouts that I did last week. So we really don't have to go through this as much. I went through some of these workouts as you saw, which were a lot of fun. So I just want to show you kind of what the workouts look like. Like I said, it was good to have about a week off where I didn't have to think about my workouts. I could just look at the book and keep going. They have a lot of great ideas in here if you want to try it. And definitely, like I said, give yourself some space to try something new. You might think that you like it, and if you don't like it, at least you never really wasted a workout. Now this is the cardio section. So I didn't really do a lot of these workouts because I wanted to focus on strength training, but I like this cardio section because they gave us a lot of ideas about circuits. Some of these workouts are really cool. Like this is an outdoor workout that I definitely will try one day, about just going outside, doing lunges, jumping rope, push-ups on a bench, and crunches, which is interesting. And then you have another workout where you want to go on a machine. If you want to try out different machines such as a treadmill, hopping on a bike, then going to a rowing machine, and then a Stairmaster or elliptical. They have a workout here as well. So this book is great because it gives you a lot of different ideas. Here, so you want to go into some strength circuit. They give you the time. They give you how much you want to go. So it's pretty much planned for you to do. And then a high intensity combo circuit, adding resistance, sprinting, challenging yourself. Like I said, all these workouts are really interesting because they have variety for everyone. So these are good workouts for cardio, for hills, challenging yourself. I like the fact that they change up a lot of workouts, not just saying you need to do this or that. And of course for me in this book, showing strong women, which is great. Of course it's a women's magazine, but it's great to see women of different athletic abilities being shown. They have a section just for bikes, so if you want to start doing a slow bike ride, or if you want to add more intensity and go up and down, they have different ideas. Some of us don't know how to start, but these are all really good ideas of how to ride a bike. They also go at the end the stretch and showing you some really cool tools that you can buy and purchase for stretching. Mats, balls, you know, foam rollers. They even have some cute outfits because women, we like to work out, but we also want to look and feel good, so that's what we go through. They had a little section about yoga at the end, showing some basic yoga moves and going through a vinyasa. Like I said, you can challenge yourself, make it easier or harder. This is something that I've done before. Didn't film it just because this is a yoga routine that's really straightforward, which is great. And then the last section was pretty much the stretching goals. And I think this is very underrated. Stretching is really important, especially after working hard. So this was something that really went through. I showed you this stretch last week, and it was great. I was able to test myself and keep going. This is the back of the book showing women doing 4 different activities: kickboxing, yoga, strength training, cardio. Everything we need, plus mental health and nutrition, is really important. So in this workout, it's called Have a Ball. I found one of these workouts very challenging because this is all about stability. So for this workout, I had to perform each move for 12 reps in order and then resting for about a minute in between. And I did the whole circuit for 2 times. And the first one was obviously the push-up. I put the ball against the wall just because, like I said, it was really difficult to stabilize. So now I know I have to work a lot on my core and stability. The second move was an inner thigh squeeze, which was good. I got to feel it. The third one was the single leg bridge, working the hamstrings, really pushing through. I had some trouble with this. My hamstrings were really tight. In retrospect, I should have stretched a little bit more, but I wanted to get through the workout. The next move was a cobra. Pretty straightforward, lying with your stomach on the ball and then extending that back, getting a real range of motion, squeezing that back. The fifth move was a reverse back extension, which I was really unsure about. I was kind of afraid, to be honest, of hitting my head, so I was really careful. And then the last move was oblique crunch, which was really difficult for me. I stumbled a lot, as you'll see, and I couldn't really get my balance doing this move. So I had to just tell myself, wow, I need to really work on my stability in my hips. This workout is called the gut and butt circuit, and I definitely failed this workout. For this workout, I had to perform each of these moves in order, and then between each move, I did 30 seconds of jumping jacks just to add a little bit of cardio. So the first move was called a curtsy lunge. Worked my legs. I did 12 reps on each side. Then I did 30 seconds of jumping jacks. The second move was a 90 by 90 twisted crunch. I did 15 reps, equaling 30 moves total. And it was good to warm up the abs. And I did 30 seconds of jumping jacks. Next one was a knee raise on a step. I took a high step because I really wanted to see how my legs were feeling. And it was good. I had a little bit of balance issues, but I was able to really push through. And then I did 30 seconds of jumping jacks. The next one was a single leg bridge, doing 12 reps on each leg, then switching, then following up with jumping jacks. The next move was very difficult because it was an elevated reverse lunge, so I decided to step on a smaller step, as you see, and then stepping my leg back. I was really weary with my surgical knee, my right knee, so I did this a little bit slower, and then I just, went through the moves. I did 10 reps of this, then did 30 seconds of jumping jacks. The next move was our wood chopper. I held on to a 10-pound weight, doing 15 reps on each side, bending low and twisting. I could feel my lower back arching a little bit, so I had to be mindful of that, and it was good for me to realize. 7th move was the crossbody mountain climber, just taking my right knee going to my left elbow and then alternating doing 10 reps, so 20 moves total. Finish and then follow that up with 30 seconds of jumping jacks. And the last one brought me back to my martial arts, which I love, which is called the duck and kick. And it was just pretty much going into a nice deep side lunge and then kicking up really hard. I did 12 reps on each side and then I switched. This was like a really good workout. I got really sweaty, especially doing all the jumping jacks in between. This was a treadmill workout I did. It's called Take a Hike, and what it was is that I had to increase the incline up until level 14 and then climb back down and really push myself. It was very interesting for me to do a treadmill. I really feel uncomfortable. In my past, I have fallen off treadmills a couple of times, and I also have a knee injury. So I have a little bit of a phobia, but I decided to challenge myself. As you'll see, certain times in this workout, I feel a little shaky. I grabbed the side a couple of times thinking I was going to quit, but I kept pushing myself. And this one I was able to really just stay on the treadmill and get in. A 30-minute workout. And it was something that was good at the end of the night. And like you see, just walking is really important. I like to go hiking, and sometimes you'll go up these really steep hills. So this was a good workout to remind me that hiking season is right around the corner, and I definitely want to challenge myself. So I was glad to finish up this video doing this hiking video, and it was just a lot of fun. So I want to thank you all for sticking with me. Definitely leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And like I said, I'm just trying to give you some feedback of what I really needed when I was younger and I was struggling with my weight and my depression, and I want to figure some stuff out about myself. These are good tools. Like I said, they're little things that I wish they talked about more, but there also has to be more research, and that's what I'm here for. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day, stay healthy, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll see you real soon.